So why do some companies seem to find great people, but your company doesn't? And you're struggling to find great candidates, and you can't work out why. What's going wrong? You've put the adverts out there, you've got a recruiter to look at it, you have been spending quite some time trying to find that one person. There's so many different methodologies of finding people today. You know, obviously we've got advertisements, which now go to large amounts of different job boards, with Indeed being kind of the preferred method for most companies because it's free. That means cheap. There's also other job boards out there which charge X, Y, and Z amount of money. And then you've got Google for Jobs. And if you're clever and you've got your website to kind of manipulate Google for Jobs, then you hit up on the listings when people search in Google for jobs, wherever that particular job you're recruiting. So that means that you've now got more methodologies today to find people, including social media, including referral programs, including word of mouth, putting a billboard outside your business. So why are we still not finding the right people? Here's why. Unemployment is at an all-time low. We all know this, but that will change depending upon kind of how market conditions. But we're still not getting the right people, even when market conditions are slightly different to this one. If you look at the job marketplace kind of split in that kind of almost Maslow kind of 80-20 split, where 20% of the marketplace are the ones going to the job boards, are the ones that are checking their jobs out because they're disenfranchised, they're out to work, they're not happy in the role they're in, they're not being paid enough, they haven't got the right opportunities, or what I like to call transitional employees, and I'll get into that in a second. So these 20% of the marketplace are kind of where you're advertising, because they're the ones looking at the job boards. The 80% of the marketplace is what we call the passive marketplace, happy in their jobs. They may look at the job boards or they may see on social media recruiting, but they're not interested. They're not attracted to it. Some of them may kind of just put a little message in and say, tell me a little bit about that. And if the response isn't what they're looking for, which I'll tell you about in a second, then they're not going to go anywhere. What a lot of companies end up doing is hiring the best of that 20%. Normally a transitional employee, or normally an employee that's kind of out of work. Whenever I've asked that question in the last 13 years of doing recruitment, where would you like this person to come from? People always say currently in a job. That's not going to come from that 20%, that's going to come from that 80%. So how do you attract those type of people? Because the type of people that are going into your jobs at the moment are transitional. So they come in, they look good, they sound good, they do a fair job. They probably don't do an amazing job that you're looking for, or they do a rubbish job, and then they move on to the next company. 6 months, 2 years, less than that sometimes. So these are the type of people that are in the marketplace and easy to attract through a job advert put on one of these job boards. To get that 80%, to get that passive market that is doing the job that you want them to do, there are 3 things that is in their way. Those 3 things are the job opportunity, salary on offer, and also the opportunity to grow. What is there after 6 months? What is there after 12 months? What is there after 2 years? What is there after 5 years? The companies that are doing this really well are the ones that have growth from their employee, advancement from the employee, and like a trajectory, a place to go. So they're never standing still in the job. They always know there's something going to be different next year. I'm going to be moved into something else, or I'm going to have a different way of working, a different project, a different job title, get it out in a second, and more money. And that's what people are looking for, growth. And that's what's stopping some of the 80% out there at this moment in time that are doing a job, moving into that category where you want to employ them. So what have you got to do? Now, I'm going to be honest with you, and this is kind of most companies out there, especially in the engineering and manufacturing world. You're just an engineering unit. You're just a company that's churning out pieces of parts for your companies that you're supplying them to, and all you need is someone to sit on a machine to push buttons, or all you need is an engineer to come in and tell people how to do things, or you need a salesman to sell that product. Simplistic information like that is what you need. But what people want, what living, breathing human beings want, is opportunity, is growth, is earning potential. People have bills to pay. Life has got harder, that we need more money to pay for bills, to buy a house, to grow a family. So people are looking at the longevity, the stability of jobs. And that's where you need to start selling. You need to start selling on the stability of the job. You need to start selling on the opportunity. What can you do for them? What can you give them? Even if it's courses, advancement in the knowledge, adding to what they already know, giving them coaching, giving them development, making them want to stay. Pouring a bit of money into it sometimes will help there. Also, other areas is what the job is on offer. You know, what you're offering to someone. A lot of people don't really want to move like for like. So what people are looking for is the next step. So maybe change the job search. Instead of looking like for like, maybe look at the person below and give them that next step up into that role with a better, more competitive salary in the marketplace. And that's probably the biggest and last thing I'm going to talk about on this one. Salary. If you are offering competitive salary of the job marketplace, great. But people are interested in those two other things, the offering, what the job is, and the opportunity after that. But that salary, that's what they come to work for, basically, to pay their bills. You've got to remember that. People pay bills. But if you give them the opportunities and the offering and the salary is competitive, it's a no-brainer for some people. But if you can't offer opportunity and you can't offer a better job and advancement, and it's just going to be the CNC programmer or the sales engineer that is stuck in an office trying to push the products, then your salary needs to be exemplary to the marketplace. It needs to be above everyone else's. It needs to attract people to come and work for you because it is the best salary in the marketplace. And that's the only opportunity you have. But there is a downfall to that. If you offer someone more money, someone else will start offering more money. And then suddenly you're losing people because you haven't done the other two things. Make sure that the job has some stability and a future, and make sure that that person is being challenged and can learn and develop within their career. So you're kind of stuck in that almost triangle there, if I'm honest with you. So that's how you get into that passive market. You've got to be better than what you're currently doing at the moment and try to move away from that 20% marketplace. How do you get these people is really dependent upon how much time, effort, even money that you want to pour into it. Now you could sit there on social media and try to find and headhunt yourself these type of people. You can write better job adverts and get copywriters to write it for you and pay a bit of money for that, or you can get better at writing job adverts, which a lot of recruiters out there will talk about and will have a lot of literature out there on how to do it. Or you can hook up with me and I will tell you a great copywriter course as well that you can go on. But the other methodology, and which is one of the pillars of recruitment industry at this moment in time, is use an agency, use a headhunter, and get close to them, speak to them, develop that relationship with them. Don't use 10 or 12 different ones and make sure that you bid for the lowest kind of charge. Work with one, maybe two, and make sure that it's the right level of kind of charge that they're happy with. So it's win-win, so they will spend time on your roles. And then what you then do is then work with them closely. Speak to them weekly, speak to them daily, find out their problems, see if you can help their problems, because they're going to sell that job at the end of the day. But what they will do, they will go out there and look for that person because they believe you believe in them, and you will get exactly what you want. I hope that helps. Feel free to get in contact with me or drop a comment or a like in the comments box below. Take care. Bye-bye. Why not check out thomaslee.co.uk for the latest jobs in engineering and technical sales across the UK? Or even, how about you check out our blogs and vlogs for the latest thoughts about recruitment and tips on how to find a job and how to find candidates as well.